It keeps saying rotating.
We good. Go ahead. Station right there.
Tahir Banzabalam Banyasha.
Tahir Banzabalam Banyasha.
Yahbashim Yasha Brakata.
Yahbashim Yasha Brakata. Laya Shrala. Laya Shrala. That Amadium, which means to rise, to stand. Sar. Oh, sure. Scroll that way, please. Oh. Slide. Go ahead,
With that, Amadium, which means it's all. But you're going to start upon walk with them, which means to turn to face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the last one for Dutch. Abanaw.
Shabbat Shema. Kudash. Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malachaka. Tabah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Baratiza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashemah. Dalana. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Salakna. Kabawathina. Kasalakina. Kabawathina. Wala. Tabi'ana. Anasai one. Abba. Haishana. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wala. Watapara. Walamim. In English, what we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Next, is a cow or the power in the last one for Dutch? Yahweh. Bahasham.
Yahushua.
Bakasha. Tanana.
Aka. La'pa'a. Kamakala. Wakamarawat. Aka. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Aka. Lahakwim. Hamathium. Aka. Awrakawa. Atamala. Lagarashan. Bahasham. Yahushua. The water. Amen. Now here we got the power prayer in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
This is the blessed Israel in the last one for Dutch. Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Yahushua.
Rakanawa.
Wayashal.
Wahab.
Bayasapari. Barak.
Bahasham.
Yahushua.
Tawada. Amen. And what we just said in English was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel, and the school, in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms chapter 121 in the last one for Dutch. Aisha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahaya,
Ahahaya.
Mahayan,
Mayan.
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a.
Isaiah,
Isaiah.
Isaiah,
Isaiah.
Ma'an,
Ma'an.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Aisha,
Asha.
Shamayam,
Shamayam.
Wa'aratiza,
Waratiza.
Al-Yatan,
Al-Yathan.
Mamawat,
Mamawat.
Galka,
Galka.
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Hana,
Hana.
La'a,
La'a.
Yanawam,
Yanawam.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Yayashan,
Yayashan.
Shawamar,
Shawamar.
Yasha'al,
Yasha'al.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazalka,
Tazalka.
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad.
Yamyamka,
Yamimka.
Yawamam,
Yawamam.
Hashamash,
Hashamash.
Wayakaka,
Wayakaka.
Wayarak,
Wayarak.
Walayala,
Walayala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Yashamarka.
Makarak,
Makarak.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Abnapashka,
Abnapashka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Tazadka,
Tazafka.
Wabawadka,
Wabawaka.
Mayata,
Mayata.
Wa'ad,
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam. Psalm 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharah
he that keepeth Yasharah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade
Yahweh is thy shade.
upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forward
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Nasr Kadash. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Adam Damayalaka.
Al-Tamayalaka.
Atakarash.
Al-Takarash.
Atashakwat.
Wa'atashakwat.
Kayahana.
Hayahana.
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka.
Hamayawan.
Yahamayawan. What's missing?
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanaka.
Nasha.
Nasha.
Wait, is it Nashawa?
It's Nashawa.
Oh, it's like Nashawa.
Nashawa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Amaka.
Al-Imaka.
Rayamwa.
Yarayamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatazawa.
Wayatazwa.
Like Wayatayatazawa. Like Altazapawanyaka.
Altazapawanyaka.
Amarawa.
Amarwa.
Laka.
Laka.
Wanakati Adam.
Wanakakidam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala Yazakar.
Wala Yazakar.
Sham Yashal.
Sham Yashal.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'atazawa.
Nawa'atazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alyaka.
Alika.
Marya.
Barya.
Yeah.
Barathia. Baryathia.
Karathia.
Karathwa.
Ahalia.
Ahalia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa Yashamal.
Wayashmalia.
Wawaba.
Mawaba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wamawan.
Waimawan.
Malak.
Waimalak.
Palashat.
Palashat.
Amishabi.
Amishabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Labanya. It's like, yeah, Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasayasara.
Kasayasara.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan. Banakal.
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 Sumadwan.
Kwayashwan.
Like Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
We gotta fix that. Nashamadwan.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayandara.
Ba'ayandara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Dama.
Daman.
Ladama.
Ladama.
Shayatam.
Shayatamwa.
Nadayamawa.
Nadab Yabawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazabat.
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 Wakatazamanai.
Wakatazamanai.
Kanasaikamwa.
Kanasai Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nairasha.
Nairisha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Ahlaya.
Alaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya. Lapanya. Raka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabair.
Tabair.
Yair.
Yair.
Wakalabak.
Wakalhabat.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Hariyam.
Aryam.
Kantar Dahma.
Kantar Dahma.
Wasairaka.
Basairaka.
Wabasawapatka.
Wabasawapathka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shimka.
Shemka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahalwa.
Wayad.
I.
Oh yeah, I.
I.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayad. Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayad Daagwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Hayata.
Hayata.
Shimka.
Shemka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Labadka.
Labaka.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Yawan.
Alkaha.
Alkaha. Ratazah. Psalm 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thou silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
The name of Yahshua
In the name of Yahshua,
may be no more in remembrance.
maybe no more remembrance.
So they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also was joined with them.
Ashur also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
at the brook of the sun,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb,
like Oreb,
and like Zeid,
and like Zeid.
yea,
Yea,
all their princes as
all
Zabah
the princes of Sabbath,
and as Zalmunna,
and as Amunah,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
Let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of God in
the
possession.
house of God in possession.
Oh Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them
and
afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that they may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Okay, now we have the blessing for the last one for us. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Why Yahushua?
Wa Miyakal.
Why Yaka'ala?
Wa Allahayah.
Wa Alahayim?
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah?
Allah Wap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana?
Ha Allah Wapia.
Ha Alawapia?
Hasaranya.
Hasaranya?
Fatazayah.
Hakwatazayanya?
Hakal Yayah.
Hakayayaya?
Waha Kwathia.
Waha Wathia?
Yahweh.
Yahweh?
Ba'ashim.
Ba'ashim?
Shah.
Yahushua? The water.
Amen.
Amen. The blessings prayer in English. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahushua,
and Yahushua,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohanan,
commanding General Muhammad,
generals,
generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters,
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it.
Go ahead, blow the horn.
We gotta remake the other one. It has no separation. One have separated, but that one's not separated. It's like all kind of joined together, so you don't know like what we're using.
All right, with that, Moshavia, which means to sit. Are you talking about Psalm 83?
It's not separated. Like you know how this. The other
Yeah,
one is-
no, it can help pronunciation, but I think that
Like that
the
one?
paragraphs got to be put together a little different.
like how the star is on this one, and then like this one is just like all together.
Yeah, there's just some grammatical changes. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Baruch. Can you angle the camera down a little bit since we're sitting down now? This is the Isupk. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, in 1969. We're under commanding General Yohana. We're here to teach the truth of the Bible. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites according to the scriptures. It is, of course, the Sabbath service. It's time for us to get into the Bible and read the ancient Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, just like our ancestors did before. We do this every single week. It is a law that we do this. If you're not taking part in the Sabbath service on a consistent basis, we got to return back to that. You know what I'm saying? All of Israel is charged with the service of the Most High, not the other nations. The other nations, they don't have the responsibilities that we have in the nation of Israel because they don't have the God that we have in the nation of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High is looking over his children these days. He wants the Israelites, the real Israelites, to come back to him in the midst of all the craziness that's going on across the world. You got terrorist attacks that are going on. You got all kinds of turmoil going on. New Year's Day just happened. People were celebrating that. I'm pretty sure somebody got shot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of craziness and confusion going on in this world. And it's up to the Isupk and the real Israelites of the scriptures to come back and show the people, especially Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, that this is what our culture looks like. You're not supposed to go to the club on Saturday and end up in the church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Let the weekend start off on a spiritual note. And on that, we're going to continue where we left off from last week. We're going to pick up in Genesis chapter 45 and verse 15. So if you follow along with us, which I highly recommend that you do, go ahead and get the interlinear version of the Bible in the Bible Hub app that you can download for free on your phones. All right. The Bible Hub app, go to the interlinear version. And then it's with the interlinear version of INT. It's not saying international version. That's not what that means. The interlinear version is the version that has the English and the Hebrew next to each other. That's what interlinear means. And then in the English version that it's talking about is the King James version, or at least the translated direct from the Hebrew version. You understand? So we're going to go to Genesis chapter 45 and verse 15. We're going to start right on verse 15.
Come on, guys. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, verse 15. Wayashakwa, Vakal, Akia, Waibat, Ilahum, Wahra, Ya, Ka, Zabarau,
The Barawa.
the Barawa, Akiyawa, Atwa, verse 16. Wakwa, Masha, Ma'ai, Bayata, Paria, Lamar, Bawa, Akia, Delsa, Waya, Yatwa. Is that correct? Waya, Yatwa.
Yeah.
But I, Yanaya, Paria, Waba,
Same word.
The
Abayanya.
Abayanya, your eyes, Abayanya, Idwa, Yawa. Verse 17. Oyamar, Paria, Yawasa, Ama, Akia, Sata, Ashwa, Ta, Ainawa, Ata, Bara, Ya, come, Berea come, Wala, Kawa, Ba'awa, Azaria, Artazaria, Kana, Abu, Kana, verse 18. Wakwa, Wa, Ata, Ba, Kayum, Wa Ata, Bata Kayum, Wabuwa, Alaya, Wa Ata, Naka, Lakam, Ata, Tawa, Ratza, Nazaraim, Wakalawa, Ata, Khalab, Khatazara. Verse 19. Wa'ata, Tzawa, Wa, Ya, Taka, Sa'ata, Aishwa, Kawa, Lakam, Ma'arataza, Mazaraim, Matazaraim, sorry, Matazaraim, I Talawat, I Talawat, Ka, I see it. I Kalawa, I Galawat, La Lata Pakam, Walazasha, Yakam, Wa Nasha, Tum, Manashatam, Ata, Bakim, Batam. Verse 20.
Still
What?
don't copy. We're going to read to the end of the chapter first.
Common concept.
Okay.
What? What aya? Why you come? Akas, Allah, Kalayakam, Kaya, Tawa. No, yeah, Tawa, Ka, Harataza, Matazaraim, Lakam, Hawa. Verse 21. Wa Ya Aishwa. All right. Well, yes. Khan, Banya, Yasharala, Wayata, Wayatan, Lakam, Laham, Yawasa, Aga, Lawat, Ila, Al, Paya, Paraya, Wayata, Lakam, Wayatan. Oh, yeah, the big O. Laham, Tazada, Nadarat. Verse 22. Lakalam, Nathan, La'ayash, La Pawat, Shamalat,
Yeah.
Waba, Ya, oh, damn. Wayalaban, Yam
Alabanyamon.
Walabanyaman Nathan Salas Mawat Ksa Wakhmash Khalapat Shamalat.
Oh no, I was looking at the number.
Walabaywa Shalat Shamalat Kath Ashara Ryan
Oh, verse 22. Verse 22.
23. But the Hamarayim, the donkeys.
Okay.
Nasha'im Matawap Matazraim Wa'aisha the not Nashtat Ba'ara Wakayam. Is that right? Walakaim and bread.
Walakam.
Welcome. Wama Wamasawan Abawa La'abawa. La'abawa. Biawa. Verse 24. Wayashala.
Oh, you missed one. Not a rock. Well, it's not a rock.
A lot of rock. So, verse 24. Wayashak lock. Ata Akiwa Waya Lakwa Waimar Alakam Al Gaza Bois Badarak. Verse 25. Wa Ya I Lawa Matazrayim Wayabawa Arataza Kanaya Kanayan Al Yaukoa Abai Jacob Abba Abayam. Verse 26. Waya the Lawa Lamar Abwa Yafsa Kaya Wakia Hawa Masha Bakal Arazaza Matazram Waya Paga Abwa Kaya La'a Hamayan Lakam. Verse 27. Wa I the Barwa Alawa the Ka the Barai Josa Asha the Ba alaham, waya, the, ha'ai, ga, lawat, asha, shaka, yausa, nasha'a, atwa, wata, kaya, rawaka, ya, yasa, no, yaikwa, bayakam, verse 28, wayamor, yashra'ala, bra'a, yawad, yawasa, bananya, kaya, alaka, waran, nawa, bataram, amawat. Verse, you said the end of the chapter, sir?
Mhm.
I'm in 46 and 1 now.
All right, let's go ahead and get that in English. It was Genesis chapter 45 and verse 15 through 28. Right? 28, what you just finished.
Genesis 45, 15. Okay. All right.
Start at verse 14 just to recap what we just read. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 45, verse 14. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck.
Because he ain't seen his brother for so long, and plus he held his identity. So now he's actually revealing who he is, and it's emotion. It's a moment of closure. Right? It's not necessarily closure, but just emotional moment for them. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 15. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after that, his brethren talked with him.
Now, let's not get that mixed up, because I know Esau likes to do things weird. Takes a lot of things literal. When it says kiss, it's talking about an embrace. You know what I'm saying? An embrace is like a hug. You know what I'm saying? If you actually got like a wife and you kiss her, that technically is also an embrace, right? But that's just a different form of it. This is obviously not gay, what they're doing. So it's an embrace. It's like a salute. Like when we say shalom with and we go in, we do that little arm tuck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all it's saying. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 16. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well and his servants.
That just goes to show word moves around real quick, right? So whenever some new exciting information comes up, it gets, everybody finds out about it, right? In this case, it's Joseph's brothers that are there. Now it's known fact that that's who they are, and he's revealed himself to his brothers. Now the Pharaoh's catching wind about it. And this is what the Pharaoh has to say about finding out about this news. Go ahead.
Go on. Verse 17. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, say unto thy brethren, this do ye, lade your beasts and go get you unto the land of Canaan. Verse 18. And take your father and your household and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt.
So hold on. So he's saying lade your beasts. The word lade means to load, right? It's like loading your truck, right? Putting stuff in, get everything ready. Pack your bags, load the beasts, get everything ready, because I'm about to give you, and this is during the famine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Which goes to show how much the Pharaoh really appreciated Joseph, to the point where when Joseph's family gets involved, his long lost family rather, right? Because the Pharaoh obviously knew that Joseph didn't have any direct family that he dealt with all the years that he knew him, right? So now this information is coming out. Now he's wanting to take care of Joseph's family. You know how heavy that is? The scripture says that when your ways please the Most High, even your enemies will be at peace with you. Now that's a power that we we kind of skew that a little bit. Not we, but like the world kind of skews that a little bit because they think that you just got to always be an a-hole to all the other nations. That not necessarily the case. When we're focused on our culture and doing things the way that we were given, the camaraderie that happens with the other nations is not something for us to be obsessed with, but knowing that they're not going to be against us is an advantage. It could be an advantage when we're in a land that doesn't belong to us. It could be an advantage in a time where everything seems bleak and doubtful, and we have issues with resources and monetary things and surety of life. And so this is the Most High taking care of all of Israel because of what one man's righteousness has led to. One man's leadership and cunning and ability to discern prophecy and prepare a kingdom for survival during a famine. So the Pharaoh quite naturally is going to be on good terms with Joseph. And this is proof of that. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 18, and take your father and your households and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land.
Yeah, so he's saying take everybody from wherever they came from and bring them over here, and we're going to make sure they got everything they need. Keep going.
Okay, verse 19. Now thou art commanded, this do ye.
He's ordering them to do this. Go ahead.
Take you wagons out of the land of Egypt.
Now he's making it easier. Not only is he telling them to come on through, he's going to give them the means to make it easier for them to come back over here. Read on. It's going to explain that.
Okay. For your little ones and for your wives.
Who are the wagons for?
For your little ones and for your wives.
Yes, because the Pharaoh understands women like to be dainty. Women like to be, comfortable. Children, if it's going to make the travel that much easier to have wagons, that way they don't have to, hurt their feet along the journey, that the kids don't have to exert as much energy during the journey, that's going to make things easier. Pharaoh is going as far as saying, I command you to take these wagons to help your family move over here, which further shows his support of Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Which is heavy. That's like somebody coming by and giving the school for free, like a big ice truck, so that we could, move things around and help feed the homeless and things like that. It's something, right? Now, that being said, we also understand what the scripture says: a gift destroyeth the heart. So we have to be real circumspect with how we deal with the other nations, not letting them influence us to live like them, but knowing that the Most High is going to put favor in their sight of us for the good that we do. You know what I'm saying? So those are things to always keep in mind. And this is a really good example of that, how it works out for Israel, how the Most High makes a way for us to be taken care of, you know what I'm saying, they're in the middle of a famine. It's the least the Pharaoh could do, considering how Joseph helped him and his entire kingdom from falling into ruin during this time because they were prepared. Keep going.
Going good. Verse 20. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
Right, meaning like talking about having to worry about a bunch of clothes, having to worry about furniture, having to worry about, you know what I mean? Like imagine you move into a new apartment, be like, don't even worry about all your old apartment furniture. We got all this new stuff for you. You ain't even got to bring your TV. You ain't got to bring nothing. I'm going to make sure it's fully furnished with all brand new stuff. Go ahead.
So low key, the Pharaoh was serving Joseph.
He was ordaining for them to be taken care of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like because he was in charge. It wasn't like the Pharaoh was, you know what I'm saying, doing the one running all the errands, but all his servants. Yeah, it very well does seem like that. Yeah.
Right. Can I say that though?
The Pharaoh humbled himself by then making sure that his family was okay and giving up his own resources to do so, right? So you could say that in a sense that Pharaoh was taking low and letting, you know what I'm saying, letting Joseph have everything he needs to move his family over here.
Okay.
Keep going.
Verse 21. Verse 21. And the children of Israel did so, And Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandments of Pharaoh,
Mhm.
and gave them provision for the way. Verse 20.
Provision. What did provision mean? Food. So they gave them the wagons, they gave them the resources. They were going to make sure that that transition phase was all good, giving them food for the way. Remember, they went back over there to get food to bring back just to try to scrap by. Now they're coming back with wagons and food and news about, getting basically being set up to welcome them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That there would be no troubles, there would be no, issues. So they're literally transporting the entire family to a land, which eventually is Goshen, is what it's talking about. Go ahead.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good question. Did they have to get documents?
It don't say nothing about no documents.
Okay. It's just
It was a Roman thing, right?
Huh?
that
That was
was.
a Roman thing.
Oh,
You talking about documents?
Yeah, where they had to have like IDs and all that. That was a Roman thing.
Yeah, we're talking about before that. This is the first. This is before the first beast. So this is Egypt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is way older. Keep going.
Verse 22. To all of them, he gave each man changes of raiment. But to Benjamin, he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment.
So he looked them up. Keep going.
Okay, verse 23. And to his father, he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt,
Damn. Keep going.
and 10 she asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way.
Good night. That sounds like a hookup, like a whole convoy of goods, of the good things of Egypt. When it says good things, it could mean beautiful thing. It could mean jewelry. It could mean chalices, cups. So what they would call silverware nowadays could be bronzeware back then or something. You know what I'm saying? Pottery could be just different trinkets, different gifts, right? So this is like an entire presentation that they're bringing for Jacob to see. And mind you, he has no idea that this is happening yet.
Mm-hmm.
He still thinks that he's got a son that's dead, that he's like so super worried about what's going to happen with his sons. But then this is what's going to be brought back to him with the news of them having, like, you got to understand the gravity of these scriptures, man. Now imagine you being 80 years old. I forget how old Jacob is right here. Being 80 years old, being worried about your bills, being worried about, you're not getting you're not getting enough money on your Social Security, you're not getting enough in your retirement, you're not able to take care of your family, there's a famine going on, and then for something like this to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like no different than when you see a video of like a hardworking man that's barely making ends meet, and then some random person comes and gives him a brand new car or something like that. $30,000 car and a new house, keys to a new house. It's on that type of level. Okay. And it's funny how we try to recreate things like that nowadays when we can, in whatever ways that we can. Sometimes even our enemies and even with the spirits that they have on them are sometimes moved to compassion to do certain things just because the Most High ordains it to happen. And so, somebody, you see the joy in their face. This is what's being brought to Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Rather than bad news, it's going to be extremely good news. That's the whole point. This is what's being built up right here. Keep going. There's a couple more verses in this chapter.
Okay. Verse 24. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, see that ye fall not out of by the way. So what does that mean, sir?
Fall out, not by the way, meaning like that you don't get lost.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That you don't get disturbed and nothing, distracts you from getting there. There's a lot of things that can mean. Like that could also mean like being ambushed by like robbers and stuff because they're gonna have a lot of stuff on them. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you talking about? You're talking about
this
Jacob.
is
So I'm sure they could hold it down their damn self, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's like just. It's like saying that, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful. Like we always say that.
Yeah. Watch yourself.
Shalom on Christ. Yo, be careful, man. It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 25. And they went.
Bro, stop putting more, man. Shit killing me.
My bad.
I'm over here coughing like a
Okay.
motherfucker.
I like it.
Don't get me wrong. I fuck with this, and that's it.
So like you said.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. And they went up out of Egypt and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father. Verse 26. And told them, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt.
This is the moment that he finds out his son is still alive and that he's a ruler in Egypt.
He came up.
It's like, not only is your boy not dead, he doing all right, and he's gonna take care of you. You done came up, and he ain't. He said, what's the word? The phrase? You could take him out the hood, but he gonna keep it hood because he ain't gonna forget where he came from. And he coming back to raise his family up to a better spot. You know, moving on up to the east side. Or wherever the part of Goshen is in Egypt. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 26.
Oh, the south side. Go ahead.
That's
That's where we always at. We're always on the south side.
Verse 25. And they went up out of Egypt and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father. Verse 26. And told them, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt.
What was Jacob's reaction?
And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed him not.
Like, you ever seen, this could be any show, but you ever seen like them anime where they take a step down, they kneel, and they're just like, what?
Yeah.
It's like when someone's heart fainted, that's almost like damn near pass out. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about the heart, it's talking about the mind. It's like it hits them. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what? Go ahead.
Verse 27. And they told them all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him. The spirit of Jacob, their father, revived.
Reading that just puts a smile on my face because I understand that is our shared grandfather. All the 12 tribes.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? We all come from him. To know that at that moment that he was comforted, you know what I'm saying? That's like you are nothing but the best for your grandfather in his golden years, right? Like, this is a moment right here that's like, can you imagine being the sons and being able to present that news to him? Probably wouldn't be able to stop talking. You'd be talking so fast trying to explain everything that happened, you know? And this is a moment of reassurance and like I said, he kind of fainted at first, but now he's like getting his strength back. He's revived now because all this news is like putting that life back into him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep going.
Okay. Verse 28. And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive.
Man, that's heavy. What's crazy is how, and even the scriptures is kind of slick with how it just did that. Because when he got the news, his name was already Israel, but it referred to him as Jacob, almost like the weaker version of himself. And then when he was revived, the scripture called him Israel. Did you notice that it just did that?
Now I notice it.
Well, it said, Joseph sent to carry them, the spirit of Jacob, their father, revived, and Israel said it is enough. It's the same dude. Why did it just change his name? Because that quickening spirit that's in him, it's almost like that spirit of the Most High kicked in back into him, that courage, that strength, and that's you at your best. That Hebrew name that you're given is you at your best. Is you when you're revived. That old man still trying to eat away at you, that's the whatever your mama gave you, your daddy gave you, that name. This is a different name. This is that other spirit, the good one, the stronger one, the one that's closer to completion. Read on.
Okay. And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die.
And he's dying. He's old. And he still has the strength to make this last trip. You know what I'm saying? Before he hits the old dusty road, he's got to hit the old dusty road first. One last journey.
Yeah.
And it's going to be his most glorious journey yet because he's going to see all the success and fruits of all of his labor in his life, and how one of his children done made sure that even upon his passing, everything's going to be okay. From all that worry that he had about the famine and taking care of the family, now his last journey is almost like a victory lap. And that's what's being created and presented to him by his son and also by the Pharaoh. Let's go to the next chapter, chapter 46. This one has 34 verses. So you're going to read half of that. You're going to read, just go to like verse.
We never finished it.
What are you talking about?
Never finished the
verse?
scripture. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
28. I did.
Oh, I thought we read it. Go ahead, read the last part again.
Verse 28. And Israel said, "It is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die."
See that? He says, "I'll go and see him before I die," because he knew that he ain't got a lot of time left and that he wants to see his son after all these years. Now we're going to go back to the Hebrew. We're going to continue. Going to read to verse 17.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 46, verse 1. Waya sa'i waya sa'i yasharala bakar ashar lawa wayaba bara shabai waya zabak sabakayim lalabwa ya no la ha haya abayawa yatazak verse 2 Bayamar alahim layashrala bamarat la I laka Bayamar Jaquab Bayamar na naya. Verse 3 Wayamar Anakia Ha'a Alahim Abayak A Taybra Maradha Matzayan Kaya Lagawai Garba Asha Ya Maka Sham. Verse 4 Anakia Arad Amaka Natazram Manakia Aika Gam Alaka Wayasa Yashiyat Garwa Al Yao it's like Al I Naka. Verse 5 Wayakam Yawaka Habarat Shabaya Wayashwa Banaya Yasharala Abda Yapquab Abayaham Wa'ata Tapam Wa'ata Nashikam Ba'ai Kalawat Ashar Shalak Paraya Lashta Atwa verse 6 Waya Pwa Ata Makwa Na Yakam Wa'ata Waka Wasam Ashar Rakshawa Barataza Kanan Wa Ya Bawa Matazram Matazram Matazarak Yakub Waka Saraiwa Atwa verse 7 Banawa Abanya But Nayawa Atwa but not the Yahweh, Waba Nawat Banaiwa Waka Saraiwa Kabaya Atwa Matazaram verse what verse you want me to read to?
Through 17.
Wal Shamawat Banaya Yashral Habayam Matazram Yobkab Wabathayawa Bakar Yobkab Rabawan verse 9 Wabaniya Rabawan Kanwak Wapa Lapua Wakia Tazarawan Wakariam verse 10 Wabanya Shema Iwan Shemaiwan. What's this? Okay. Shemaiwan.
You're going to hear a lot of names.
Yeah. Let's see there. I Ma Amawa Waya Mayan Had Waya Kayan.
That's tough. Okay.
All right. What is a car? What is a car? Washa Washawa Banya Banwa. So like Banwan. Banwan. No, Ban. So like Ban Ka Na I Na there. Waka Na I Nakan Nayan Nata. I'm talking about that one.
No. Yeah.
Hmm?
I couldn't. I. Yeah.
Haka Nayan Nayat. Yeah.
Please, I'll try with that.
So like verse 11. Wabanya Lawaya Garsha Gershaman Gershan Ka Pahat Pahath Wama Raraya. Verse 12. Abanya Ya Hawada Yahawada Ara Lawanan Washala Wapa Waparatsa Waza Rakia Wayamat Ira Wanan Baratza Kanan Kanain Wayahawa Banya Parats Katzarwan Waka Kamawa. Verse 13. Abanya Isha Shakar. Oh, Deshakar. Deshakar. The Wa I the Walai Wapa Waka Wa Yawam Washarwam Washarwan. Verse 14. Abanya Zabalawan Sharat Walawan Ayalawan. Ayalawan Wakala'al. Verse 15. Alaka Manya La'a Asa Yadla like Layquam Layquam Paparman Aram Wata the yana, with the wa, ka, napash, banyawa, wa, ba, no what the sha, lashon, washalash,
Shalashim. Which one are you looking at?
in there.
Oh yeah. Shalashim wa shalash.
Yeah. Shalasha, washalash. Verse 16. Wabanya, Gad, no, it's God. Taza, pa, yawan. Wakia, gaya. Sha, waya. Watzaban, Arya, Ara, Wadiah, Waralaya. Verse 17. Abaniah, Ashar, Ya, Yamcha, Waishwa, Wayashaw, Waya, Wa, Bara, Yaaicha, Waskwa, Akita, Banaya, Ra, Yaaicha, Chabar, Wama, Wamakayam,
Yeah. Malakayal. Malakayal. Malakayal.
Malak,
Ya'ala, my bad.
Why is mine with a wall?
Oh, it's wa malak. Yeah, that's why it says
Okay.
and Mike. Because I'm reading the strong, so I'm just looking at the name, but
Okay.
you just adding a wa at the beginning.
Wamakia,
Makiyala.
Wamakiala, verse 18.
Malakyala. My bad.
Wamalakial, verse 18.
No, that's it. Let's go to the English now. We're gonna read the English Genesis chapter 46, starting at verse 1. This is starting to go into explaining who's with Israel or Jacob as they're traveling, and so it's kind of like introducing them. I don't want to try to make it sound kind of any kind of way, but you ever seen like like one of them old TV shows from the 90s when they're introducing the whole family during the intro of the show, and it zooms in and shows one person, he's like doing something, then he turns, looks back at the camera, and he's like, yo, what up? And then it goes to the next family member in the show. So it's kind of like this chapter is kind of doing that, where it's like telling you the whole family that's rolling with them. You know what I'm saying? Just there's no saxophone over the background to make it sound like the Family Matters or like a, what do you call them? I'm trying to think. What the name of the show? What sitcoms? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The things.
Yeah.
There's the book of Genesis, chapter 46, verse 1. And Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices unto the God of his father Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. And God spake unto Israel in the visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here I am.
Man, so he's the Most High speaking to Jacob right here, Israel, and it's You know what I'm saying? This just goes to show to what our nation has access to that the other nations don't. And you have to understand this is the scriptures that say it. So this is how it happened. Go ahead.
John God. Verse 3. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of thee a great nation.
Right. Now he has the full confidence because the Most High has given him the spirit of courage to go down into Egypt. To show him that you're on the right path. This is where you're meant to be. This is where you're supposed to be. Everything's playing out the way that the Lord has ordained for it to be, and he's given him the reassurance. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 4. I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will also surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father.
Remember, Beersheba is the well of the sevenfold oath. That was the location that they had the oath, the treaty. You know what I'm saying? So that's been where they've been at this whole time. And the sons of Israel carried Jacob. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
that was Jacob's well, right?
Yeah, that's where. Yeah.
All right. Verse 5. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, and their little ones, and their wives, in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him.
So they used them how they were supposed to. They got the kids. They take care of the kids. It's no different than you having a big old van. You know what I'm saying? Like a camp van. Get everybody comfortable in there. Get ready to travel across, a great distance. Like caravan, yeah. Well, more than one wagon, right?
Okay.
Think of it like that. Like when we went to the mission to Acuna, it was a group of us, and that was a journey in itself. It was we think of Texas as just one state, but that's a long distance in the Middle East. That's like multiple countries in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we travel like that, imagine doing that in a wagon, though. You know what I mean? Across the plains, across different tough terrains and stuff like that. You don't want your women, spraining their ankle on no rocks or nothing like that, right?
Okay.
So you setting them up, you setting the kids up so they don't go wandering off, running all over the place while everyone's trying to focus on going this direction. Get them on the wagon, get them comfortable. Let's move. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 6. And they took their cattle and their goods, which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him.
Now let's get into it. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 7. His sons and his sons' sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with him unto Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And they are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt, Jacob and his son, Reuben, Jacob firstborn.
Ra'awaban, which name means behold a son. He was the firstborn, right? So it was his name literally means behold, it's his son, like as if that was the reaction when it was first discovered that he was the firstborn. You understand? And we had an excellent Hebrew class yesterday going over the 12 tribes of Israel. Did you cover all the names or just did you cover all of them, son?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, I did. So excellent. So we're actually going to go over those and reading these 12 tribes, but also getting a little bit more extra info because we're also going to find out some of the names of their sons. So this is a really good chapter. This is one of the chapters you want to bookmark if you ever need a Hebrew name for a son, because there's a lot of names mentioned here and they all have different meanings. And I'm going to use the Strong's Concordance to help break down some of these and try to give you a little bit more insight on them. So go ahead.
Okay. Verse 9. And the sons of Reuben, Anak, and
Kanawak or Kanak means dedicated. That's a name that somebody has in the school. Kanak, also pronounced Kanawak. It means dedicated. So we had Kanak. Who else we got?
And Palu
or Palawa'a, which means distinguished. Distinguished, like how people in the military they get a distinguished medal and things like that. This was a standout brother, standout son right here. Keep going.
And Hezron,
Tazaron, meaning surrounded by a wall. Meaning what? Surrounded by a wall. This is your brother that is well protected. You know what I'm saying? He's basically like a wall of defense. He would come to protect his brothers in any situation. He's also was protected growing up. It kind of has the theme of protection in his name, because his name Katazar, which is the root part of his name, means court, enclosure, or a settlement or abode. So that's what his name means, is surrounded by a wall.
Salaki, so sorry, God.
No, it's
No.
Katazarwan.
Sorry.
Katazarwan.
Sorry.
Katazarwan means surrounded by a wall, or Hezron in
But-
English.
It's like it. So this. Sorry, God. Similar to it.
Well, it's got some similar names. The Tazar. You'd have to look. You have to find it in the scriptures and look up, see where it is in the Bible, because it's probably in here somewhere. I just don't know the English translation.
Right.
No, his name mean strong
Strong castle.
castle.
Damn, that makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah, that's why.
'Cause that's why this name, this Hezron, is almost like the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Surrounded by a wall. That's like what a castle is. Go ahead.
Okay. And Carmi.
Karamya, which means my vineyard. My vineyard. Keep going.
Verse 10. And the sons of Simeon,
Mm-hmm. Shemaiwan means affliction heard. Go ahead.
Jemuel, and Jamin.
Yamawa'al. Jemuel means day of God. Day of God, almost like a holy, like kind of like what the Sabbath is. You know what I mean? What did I say it was pronounced? Yamawa'al. Yamawa'al. And what was the other one?
And Jamin.
Jamin.
Yeah.
Yamayan. Oh, Yamyan, which means right hand, which is the shorter version of Ban Yamyan, which means son of the right hand. So Yamyan, right hand. That's what Jamin means. Go ahead.
Okay. And Ohad.
Achad. His name is pronounced Achad, which means united. It also means one. That's crazy too, because the number Achad in our number system means one. And I believe Abarayim means multitude. Like when you look at Abraham's name, multitude. And I'm bringing that up because there's a captain in our school whose name is Achad Abarayim, which means united multitude. But when you look at his name, it actually translates to 144. Achad Arabayim literally means 144, because it would mean Arabayim means 4 and 4, like multiple fours. Like how hey, you just read Shalashim Shalash.
Yeah, that's
Yes. But I believe that it uses Abarayim, which also means multitude. So when you know his YouTube name for the hip hop for Lost Tribes is 144 the Rebel, that's because that's his name, means 144. To an extent, something along the lines of that. But also his name does have Abraham, or a form of Abraham's name in his name, which means multitude. So Ochad or Achad means united. Go ahead.
okay. And Ohad and Jakin.
Yeah, Yakayan means he will establish. So meaning what? He's a leader. He's somebody that would be considered a leader amongst Israel, one of the sons of Simeon. Go ahead.
And Soar.
Tazachar. I forget what the word tawny means. I think it means he's like kind of like light brown, like reddish. May have had to do with his appearance. Kind of like a how do I say, like a red bone, so to speak.
Right.
I'm saying.
I like skin, brother.
Yeah.
Huh. And Shaul.
Shot a wall. He's his name means desired. Go ahead.
The son of a Canaanitish woman.
Canaanite. Yeah, so the Canaanite. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 11. And the sons of Levi.
Levi meaning joined to, or Laoya, right? Go ahead.
Gershon.
Gershon means exile. Garashawan or Garashwan, his name means exile. So he was kind of like a loner, kind of like a rebel, somebody that you would call today, I don't want to say hipster, but somebody that's a little bit more separate from everybody else, more quiet. So his name means exile, which is probably a name given to him when he was a baby, because he probably didn't cry a lot. Go ahead.
So it's like a renegade.
almost like a renegade, but also, like I said, somebody that's more kept to themselves.
Okay. Kohath.
Kohath is Kwahath, meaning assembly, or an ally. Go ahead.
And Merari. Merari.
Merari. It's Merariah, which means bitter. That's the personality of Merari. They were bitter. They were probably like somebody with a bad attitude, you know what I'm saying? Even as a baby, you can sometimes tell parents, they get the name of that kid probably had all kind of fussy fits and things like that. And then the older he got, he was the bitter one. And sometimes some families just have people like that. You know what I mean? It don't make them bad. They just gotta have that stern attitude. Right. So he's bitter. Merari.
All right.
Every family's got one like that. You know? Yeah. How would you going?
Okay. Verse 12. And the sons of Judah.
Yeah, Judah. Yahweh means praise. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the 12 tribes. The tribe that Christ came from. Keep going. Ire, meaning awake or quickened. Go ahead.
And Onan.
Mm-hmm. Awanan. Awanan means strong. Onan means strong. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense too that Judah would have a son named that, because Judah just naturally got that lean. You know what I'm talking about? Like they could grow up in the hood off of ramen noodles and sandwiches, syrup sandwiches, and still get swole. And you know what I'm saying? Onan is one of those sons that was probably just had that Judah build. You feel me? Like that's why Judah's like some of the best boxers in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just because you think of like Anthony Wilder, you think of Mike Tyson, you think of cats that have that type of build. And Onan is that type of brother. Of course, Judah was that type of brother. Yeah. But Onan would be named like that because he would be a really strong man. Go ahead.
Okay. And Shelah.
Shalah. Shalah means a petition. A petition. The word comes from the word a request, a demand. Go ahead.
And Phares.
Paraz is paratazah, which means breach. Paratazah. That also can mean strong as well, because that means to break through, to outburst. Paratazah. He probably was the one that wanted all the smoke whenever there was any kind of issues amongst the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Always quick to. I would think that he would probably have a fighting mentality.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Zerah.
Yeah, Zerah. His name means rising. Rising. It's going to explain some things. Go ahead.
But our and Onan died in the land of Canaan.
We knew about that story because we read about what happened with Judah supposedly having saved one of his sons for that sister, and then the sister ended up tricking Judah into laying with her because his sons and Onan had died before even getting the chance to be with her. Remember that? So that happened. Go ahead.
And the sons of Phares were Hezron,
which is surrounded by a wall. They had the same name as the other cat, Katazarawan. So there's another Hezron in the family. Go ahead.
Okay. And Kamawal.
Kamawal means spared. And it's the sons of Judah. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the sons of Isupk.
We all know what Issachar means. It means he is hired. The direct translation here in the Strong's is there is recompense or there is payment. Yashakar means there is payment, which makes sense for Issachar. And it gets even more insane. Read on.
Okay. Tola
is Thawala, which means worm. Now you've heard of the Toltecs, right? These are likely people that may have descended from him. But more specifically, Tola means worm, and that's no different than a Issachar nowadays naming their homeboy Creeper or something like that, because that's what a worm is. So worm literally is like the Issachar's son's name was Creeper, because that's what a worm is. It's a creeper.
Right.
Do you need more proof? I'll show you. That's why we breaking this shit down, bro. First son was creeper. Go ahead.
That's heavy.
I me too, nigga.
Worm. Right.
Y'all should go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I
Go
like
ahead.
that. Oh God. And Fuva.
Hawa'a means splendid. Splendid.
And Job.
Job means persecuted. Yawab. Persecuted. You going?
And Shimron.
Shimron means Shamarwan, which means watch height, meaning he was tall, like Shamar. The root word in Shamarwan is Shamar, so that's what watch means. And then he's tall, so he's a tall watchman. He was a tall son of Isupk.
Verse 14. And the sons of Zebulun.
You know, Zabalawan means exalted, right? We broke that down yesterday. Go ahead.
Sered.
Sarad. The name Sarad means fear or respect, or it also can mean to tremble. So those are traits of Sarad. Go ahead.
And Elon.
Elon is actually my name. Ayalawan. It means terebinth or mighty. Terebinth is a large oak tree. Terebinth is like one of the trees that, like, you know, stand strong in the forest last hundreds of years. I can only wish to last anywhere near that. Go ahead.
And Halil.
Yatal, God waits. Yakal Yatal Allah, or something like that. Ya Allah, or something like that. That would be Yahweh waits, or God waits. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 15. These be the sons of Leah, which she bare.
La'ah.
So like,
Go
is
ahead.
that my name?
What?
From
Oh,
Israel?
the one I just read?
Yeah, Yalu. Khalil.
Well, no, because this one's slightly different. It's not with a K, it's with a CH.
Oh,
Yakal al, which means God waits. Al. I mean, that does sound kind of similar. I would ask who gave you your name what scripture it's from, because it may be similar. The translation would, in this particular case, would mean Jalil. Sounds like a black name.
Khalil.
Yeah. Yakal al. It could very well be it. It sounds like it, yeah. Keep going.
Okay, verse 15. These be the sons of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob in Padan Aram, with his daughter Dinah.
Dina, yep.
Dinah.
Nothing like that. Go ahead.
All the souls of his sons and his daughters were 33.
Keep going.
Verse 16. And the sons of Gad.
We know Gad means troop.
Right.
Gad means troop. Go ahead.
Zivion.
Siphion, it's Tazapayawan. Tazapayawan means Tazapaya technically means watchman or lookout. Lookout is like the somebody that's real observant, somebody that watches over the brothers. So Ziphion, that's a Hebrew name. That's a badass name.
That is.
Tazapayawan means lookout. Go ahead.
And Haggai.
Haggai is Kalayai, festive. So this is somebody that was like the life of the party, that kind of person. The spirit of somebody that was joyous and fun to be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Shuni.
Shawanya. Shawanya means fortunate. Fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that had good fortune. Or Lucky. It was like a nickname, Lucky, basically. Shuni. Go ahead.
And Esbon.
It's a Tazabawan. A Tazabawan. Or it could be Tazabawan, something like that. It means hasting to discern. Hasting to discern. It also says, I will be enlargement. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Hasting to discern. So wise, basically, is another way of saying it. Esbon would be wise man. Go ahead.
Ira.
Ariyah. This one's also a name that means lookout or watchful eye. Because Ariyah is almost like saying the word eye. So watchful eyes, Eri. Go ahead.
And Iradai,
Arawadya, which means I shall subdue, I shall roam or conquer, or I shall break loose. So Arodi means conqueror. Go ahead.
and Aralai,
Araalya, which means lion of God. Araalia. Now there's a different word too that means Araya, but lion of God is another name. And that's what was it? Areli? Yeah. Keep going.
verse 17. And the sons of Asher,
Asher means happy, joyous. Go ahead.
Jimnah,
Means right hand. That's a name that we saw before earlier too. Go ahead.
and Ishwa,
Yeshua or Yeshua, which means he will resemble. He probably look just like his father. Go ahead.
and Isaiah,
Is it Isui?
Izui,
Yashawaya, which means he resembles me. So some strong genes in this family, that's for sure. To have more than one son named he shall resemble. So Asher had some strong genes right there, and some of his sons look like striking images of him. Go ahead.
and Bariah,
It's pronounced Bariah, which means with a friend. Go ahead.
and Sarah,
Sharach means the prince breathed. The prince breathed. Go ahead.
sorry, I lost my spot.
Their sister.
Their sister, and the sons of Bariah, Heber,
Kabar, which means comrade or brother of the same mind. Our camp leader is his name. Kabar. The English translation is Heber.
okay,
Go ahead.
and Malchiah,
Malchiel, which is Malachiah, which is my king is God. Malachiah. So it's kind of similar to Mayata'ala or Michael. So Malchiel is another form that's very similar. All right, now with that, Amadjam. Now we got more to read. All right, state your registry.
You call your Allah Banyashkar Banyashala.
You call Yalla Banyashkar Banyashala.
Yahweh Shaniyah Shabbat.
Yahweh Shaniyah Shabbat. Yeah, I like going through these names. It's tight. All right. With that, Mashabia, which means to sit.
Wait, what do you use to get the breakdown of the name? Like, what do you?
Oh, so I'm using the Bible, the My Sword app, but you could use. You could also use, huh?
Like eSword?
No, it's called My Sword. It's all you can't. It's a Bible app, and but it's no different than hitting the number at the top. You hit the number at the top, and it gives you the breakdown of it in the Hebrew.
Oh.
Because I'm using the King James version, and it has the Strong's numbers right next to it. So, say for instance, like when you saw Zebulon, I hit the H2074 right next to it, and it gives you the breakdown and definition of the name, and it even shows you it in Hebrew. So what I'm doing is I'm actually just reading the Hebrew name, and then exactly. It's a different layout in yours, but I just like the way it looks on here, so I'm using this one. All right, so again, we're going to go to the Lashon Kodash, the interlinear version. We're in Genesis chapter 46 and verse 18. We're going to read through the 18 through 34. All right.
Con. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 46, starting at verse 18
And
in
then
the
I
Hebrew.
guess because it also says 47 and 1, so you're just going to read the first verse of the next chapter.
Come on, sir. Allah, Banya, Zala, Pa, Ashar, Nathan, Laban, Lala'a, Bani, Salake, Tawa, Watha Lad Ath Allah La Yaquab Shasha Aisha Ra Napash. Verse 19. Banya Rakal Ashath Yaquab Yabasab Wa Banyamyan.
Oh, you say you're going word to word?
He's gonna read the rest of the chapter and then the first verse on the next one, and then that'll be it.
Waya Walad La Yabasab Ba'arataza Ma Slakya Matazarayam Ashar Ya Yala Da Lawa Asan Na Bath Hawa Taya Parai Slakya Parai Kahan An Ath Manasha Wa'ath Aparayim Wa Slakya Wa Banyamyan Balai Slakya Banyam Man Balai Wa Bakar Wa Shadal Gara Wana I Man Akaya Wa Ash Mapayam Wacha Payam Rad. Verse 22. Allah Banya Rakal Ashar Yalad La Yaquab Call Napash Ara Ba'ai Ashar. Verse 23. Wabana Salage. Wa Banya Dan Kha Sha Yam. Verse 24. Banya Napa Thalia Yaha Taza'al Waga Wa Naya Waya Tazar Washa Lam Salakia Wa Shalom, yeah. Verse 25. Allah Banya Balah Ashar Nathan Laban La Rakal Bathawa Wathalad Ath Allah La Yaquab Call Napash Shaba I. Verse 26. Call Hana Pash Haba La Yaikwab, Matazarayim, Salakia, Matazara, Matazaraya, Ma, Yataza'a, Ya, Yara Kawa, Mala Bad, Nashay, that's like it, Nasha, Nashya, Banya, Yaquab, Call, Napash, Shayam, Wayash, select, Wash, like, select it,
Rosh Hashanah.
Washasha,
Hashanah.
verse 27, Wabanya, Yawasap, Ashar, Walad, Yawalad, Lo, Ba, select it, Bama, Ratazim, Ba Matarat, select it, Ba Matazarayim, Napash, Shanayam, Call, Hana Pash, Labayath, Yaquab, Haba, Matazarayim, select it, Matazarayim, Matazarium, Shaba'ayam, Wa'ath, Slakia, verse 28, Wa'ath, Yahawada, Shalach, Lapa, Na, Yawa, All, Yawasa, Lacha, Wa, Rath, Laga, Na, Yawa, Gasha, Na, Waya, Ba, Awa, Arat, Slakin, Arataza, Gashan, verse 29, Wayasar, Yawasab, Mara, Ha, Bathwa, Wayal, Lakwara, Ath, Yashra Allah, it's like Abayawa, Gasha, Na, Waya, Ra, Alayam, it's like Alayawa, Waya, Paul, All, Taza, Rayawa, Waya, Bak, Isle, Taza, Rayawa, Iwad, verse 30, Wayamar, Yashra Allah, Al, Yawasab, Amawa, Ta, Hapa, Aim, Akhara, Ya, Ra'a, Wa, Thaya, Ath, Panaya, Yak, Kaya, Iwa, Dak, Khaya, verse 31, Wayamar, Yawasab, Al, Akhayawa, Wa'al, Bayath, Abayawa, Aya, Aila, Gayada, La Parai, Select, Mar, Alayawa, Akya, Wabayath, Abaya, Ashar, Ba'aratza, Kana'ain, Ba'awa, Alaya. Verse 32. Waha'ana Shayam, Ra'aiwa, Ra'aya, Taza'an, Kaya, Anashaya, Ma'kwana, Hayan, son, Hayawa, Wataza'a na Wataza'anan, Waba Kwaram, Wakal, Ashar, Naham, also Laham, Habaya Awa. Verse 33. Wahaya Kaya Yakra Slakia Yakwara Lakam Parai Wayamar Ma'aisha Yakam.
That's tough.
Verse 34. Mara Thumb Anashaya Makwana Hayan Hayawa Iba Dayak Mana Waraya Nawa Wa'id Yatha Gum Anakha Nawa Gum Abatha Yanawa Ba'ai Ba Ra Slakia. That's a tongue twister.
Bible war. You had it.
Bible war. Dasha Bawa La Raza Gashan Kaya Tawa Bath Marataza Call Ra'ai Taza'an. Genesis 47 verse 1. Waya Ba Yawasab Waya God La Parai Wayamar Abaya Wa'akya Taza'a Nan. So Nam Waba Kwaram or call Ashar Lacham Ba'awa Marataza, Kanaain, Wahanam, Ba'arataza, Gashan.
Most High in Christ. Clap it up. Both of our readings today. Got a little bit more reading to do, though. We got to get it in English. So let's go back to verse 18. Let's get that in English. There might be a couple more names to break down. I'll try to get through them real quick.
This is this is Genesis chapter 46, verse 18 in the English. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah, his daughter.
Go ahead.
And these are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah, his daughter. And these she bare unto Jacob, even 16 souls.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 19. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin.
So it was just those two. It was the sons of Rachel, which was the younger daughter of Laban, the one that Jacob wanted first. Remember, he ended up getting with was Leah. So the first son was Joseph. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim.
So here are the other two tribes. Remember, Joseph became Manasseh and Ephraim. Manasseh is, of course, the Cubans, right? Manasseh, causing to forget. Causing to forget. It's the name, is what his name means. Apariam means fruitful. Apariam is definitely fruitful. And you compare it to Manasseh, I believe that Puerto Ricans, there are more Puerto Ricans than there are Cubans, but they do have a certain kindred with one another. And that makes sense too, because they had the same mother. Of course, we're all Israelites, we're all from Jacob, but this is where there's that little difference in as far as how the lineage came to be. Because when you read this this chapter, Genesis 46, the whole entire chapter is proof that polygamy is a part of Israelite culture, because the Israelite culture started with polygamy. Polygamy meaning a man having more than one woman, because you had Leah, Rachel, and you have the midwives, or their nursing mothers, right? And so those are the ones that are extended. It was 4 women total. That's how you have the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the end all be all. It comes from the seed of the man dealing with the 4 women. That's how you get all the sons. And aside from Joseph, there was, this is another interesting, hold your point, because I got to do this real quick. It was Manasseh and Ephraim, which, go ahead, it says which
Esnath, the daughter of Potiphera.
Now, here's an interesting thing about these, because again, this was these wives, or this woman, was given to Joseph in the land of Egypt, which means what? Which means that these were Egyptian people. Asenath was Joseph's wife, and her name means goddess, belonging to the goddess Neith, which is an Egyptian goddess. Asenath. Asenath is the name. And again, it means of the goddess of Neith, which is an Egyptian god. And in fact, the father of Asenath is Potipharah. Potipharah means Pawatya Parai, which means he whom the Ra gave, which is again an Egyptian god, Ra. And so that is something that is, you know what I'm saying, separate from us. Right. But that is their name. Understand? Go ahead.
Priest of On bear unto him.
See, I don't even.
Verse 21.
That's all Egyptian shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 21. And the sons of Benjamin were Bala and Bakar and Ashbel and Naaman.
At this age, we think of Benjamin as being young. Benjamin had children here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Had a couple of them, Bala, which means destruction. Balai. You had Becher, which is Bakar, which means young camel, right? Ashbel, which is Ashabal, which means I will make a path. Yeah, that's crazy. And then you had Gera, which is Gara, means a grain, which is a resource, you know what I'm saying? Naaman, which is another one, pleasantness, Naaman. Keep going because I don't think you've read some of these.
Echai and Rosh
Mhm.
and Mupim and Hupim
Hupim.
and
Ard.
Ard.
And these are some other names. Achia, which is my brother. That's what Ahi is right there. Rosh is Ra'ash, which means head. We know that. It's head. Ra'ash, like when we're reading the prayer. The name Rosh that's actual name. Then you have Mopim, which is Mapayam, which means serpent. I guess that's the name of him. And then you had Hupim, which is Hapayam, which means protected. It's breaking down what the names mean. And then you had Ard, which is a rod, and that means I shall subdue. Go ahead.
Verse 22. These are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14.
So you see how I did that because it broke down the sons. They had Joseph and Benjamin. Then they also went in and broke down Joseph's sons and Benjamin's sons. Starting something over here. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And the sons of Dan, Hushim.
Hushim. Dan, that's another one. A judge. This is the fifth son of Jacob. All right.
Verse 24. And the sons of Naphtali, Jazil and Guni and Jezer and Shalem.
Naphtali means my wrestling. Yachatazal, which means God divides. That's what Jazil means. Guni is Gawanya, which means my defender. Jazer is Yatazar, which is forming. And then you have Shalem, which is Shalom, which means repaid. Go ahead.
The verse 25. And these are the sons of Bilhah, which Laban gave unto Rachel his daughter. And she bare these unto Jacob. All the souls were 7.
There you go. So you had Dan and Naphtali that were born by, I believe, Bilhah. So you had, which one you had? Dinah? Was it Dinah? No, it was Leah and Rachel. Then you had Bilhah and then the other one, the other maid of the other daughter. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And all the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of the loins besides Jacob's sons' wives, all the souls were 66.
So a score is like 20. So 66 souls. Understand? Go ahead.
Verse 27. And the sons of Joseph, which were born him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were 70.
Wait, Scott, you said 3 is 20?
A score is 20. So 3 score is 60. And then 10 is 70. That's why I'm saying 3 score and 10. So a score is more than 10. It's 20. That's like saying a fortnight is 20 days, I think, right? Something like that. But score is 20. Go
So
ahead.
20, so 60, 10 days? Or like
3 score and 10 means
like
70.
70? Oh, yeah.
Verse 28. And he sent Judah before him unto Joseph to direct his face unto Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. Verse 29. And Joseph came ready. Oh, it's like it. And Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to meet Israel his father to Goshen and present himself unto him and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while.
Right, because his dad, he ain't seen him forever. It's gotta be crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like the reassurance of the long lost son, So you telling me you wasn't dead this whole time and blah blah and all that, you know what I'm saying? So that's let them have their moment, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 30. And Israel said unto Joseph, now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive.
Go ahead.
Verse 31. And Joseph said unto his brethren, and unto his father's house. I will go up and show Pharaoh and say unto him, my brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me.
Right, you're gonna present him in front of the Pharaoh. This is my family. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 32. And the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. Verse 33. And it shall come to pass when Pharaoh shall call you and shall say, what is your occupation?
This is what Pharaoh's. He already knows the customs of the Egyptians, so he's preparing them on how to present themselves in front of the Pharaoh because he knows the Pharaoh is going to ask, "What do you do?" Go ahead.
Verse 34. That ye shall say, thy servant's trade hath been about cattle from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
So what is this saying? This is saying that the shepherds and farm folk is not necessarily part of the Egyptians' direct city. They surround it, they provide for it, but they're not really like known to be hanging out among them. And this actually works out for the better because what it does is it keeps Israel separate from the Egyptians naturally, right? So that allows our people to grow in their own terms, in their own part of the land, away from the Egyptians and not mingle with them, to be influenced by them, to be influenced by the women of that society and things like that. So even if Joseph grew up or at least built a family there, you know, he still was looking out for Israel to be a self-sustaining culture separate from the Egyptians. And this was a preparation for that. Now just read the first verse on chapter 47, and we'll be done.
Come on. This is Genesis chapter 47, verse 1. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan, and behold, they are in the land of Goshen.
And that's how it is. So everything came to be where they moved into Goshen, they're getting settled in, and then now the family's being presented to the Pharaoh. So on that, we're going to end it on that. We're going to pick up on that next time on the Sabbath service. With that, Amaya, go ahead, take it. Oh, we doing we need.
Yeah, I was doing I think we have to do the wine first.
The wine?
Yeah,
La Yasra'ala.
Light Charlotte. With that, Amagim, Sar, Panya Hakadam, Panya Hakadam. We're going to finish with the Lord's Prayer and the Lashon Kodash. Get that?
Abanawa.
Apanawa.
Shabbat Shema.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Ba.
Taba,
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka,
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratza.
Baratza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashema.
Bashemayim.
Tanana.
Latanana.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakna.
Wasalakna,
Kabawatna.
Kabawatna,
Wasalakna.
Kasalakna,
Kabawatina.
Kabawatina,
Wala.
Wala,
Tabi'ayna.
Tabi'ayna,
Wanasawan.
Manasaiwan,
Bo.
Abal,
Aishayna.
Shayna,
Mayan.
Mayan,
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Malakwa.
Amalakwa.
Hala.
Wala,
Watapara.
Wataparat.
Lalamim.
Lalamim.
Amen.
Amen. And the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom
thy
come.
kingdom come,
Thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth, as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive our debts.
Forgive us our debts,
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us,
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, sorry, turn to face me. Now, this time, what we're going to do is we're going to salute the scroll. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Excellent. So this is going to conclude the Sabbath service. At this time, what we're going to do is we're going to salute the brothers. We're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. Sisters may have a seat. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Top. Sar, turn your face to sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Top. Dismiss.